it looks funky with Boxy playing the TA, but let's see if it's going offlane to begin with. Like, there's no guarantee that that's even what they're going to do. He has what seems to be a safe lane item build here. Maybe Mickey doesn't like playing TA. Maybe that's what it is. And they're like, okay, we don't want to put TA mid against Viper for Koikva, so we'll put Boxy safe lane and play Mickey in the offlane on Bloodseeker, or...
I mean, that is one of the strengths, right, with Team Liquid, is the fact that they've always been very, you know, forgive the expression, very liquid with the way that they can move around their players. So perhaps they have a plan in mind here to be able to give them the most comfortable lanes.
Boxy is... Yeah, how is that balanced? No, wait, he is going offlane. All right, offlane TA. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it. I love creativity in Dota. I think it's fun to watch new strategies. I am saying this with a moderate amount of skepticism about what Liquid have going on here, but I would... You know, it's one of those things where you just love to be blown away by something you haven't seen before, right? Like the mid-caudal we had the other day. It's really fun when teams do something different. I don't think this is the first time ever that TA has been played offlane. It's not like something ridiculous, but it is very rare, and usually it's been kind of like a forced error, so to speak. I think that is the case here as well. I don't think they would have done it if not for Viper. But we'll see if they can pull it off. They are playing against a lane consisting of Pango and Morph, which is not the strongest lane, so I think they could technically pull off a decent first few waves, at least for the TA, get a couple of levels, and then maybe you can transition into some semi-jungling kind of play. Because I don't think you can just stay top forever, probably. But for now, I think Boxy should be okay.
I guess my question is, traditionally speaking, you know, your offlaner tends to be something very durable, tends to be something that's going to be an initiator team fight sort of deal, and the offlane TA doesn't quite provide that same utility, so to speak. So how do they adjust further on this?
I think maybe there's a couple of options, right? You can go a utility kind of route on Razor. I think what you don't want to do is go, oh, hang on, Taiga actually rolled in, and he's being punished very, very hard for this roll. I think he will live, but obviously the meld strike from Boxy doing some good damage. I think what you don't do is go right-click on all three cores, right? Like, they shouldn't all be going for this similar type of scaling build. Oh, Nico baby.
There's the roll, the kick back.
Oh, he missed the meld attack. Nico's fine. Unfortunately got outranged slightly there.
The courier though. FNG getting himself a nice pick here.
Little easy grab there. So yeah, what you do is you probably play utility on, I want to say, the Razor this game. I think Yule's BKB into maybe Hex could be a build. And then you have TA and Bloodseeker as the primary damage dealers. I think it's a good game for Bloodseeker to potentially just hard carry in, because you shut down Pangolier very nicely with Rupture. And I don't see Alliance having overwhelming damage against the BKB carry right now. So if you get into the fights with Earth Spirit, you get some good damage out, you could do something like this, just, you know, ramp it up.
Oh, the Burrow Strike from S4. Enough to save Hanskin there. Very, very close.
Yeah, Hanskin has to go back to base, though. And he is low health, so this is obviously fun time for Bloodseeker. He's very fast.
No blood for you.
And S4 needs to be at least a little bit careful. And Maker will just heal to full as well from these creeps. Very nice and easy. Looking pretty good for Alliance for starters here. Yeah, good stun. We're going to see the replay here. They actually layered their stuns. Hanskin wasn't sure if he was going to get the stun from S4 in time, so he ends up skilling Hex. Which is, in my opinion, further good news for Liquid in that bottom lane. I think it's more annoying to play against a line with mana drain this early. When you're playing a lane like Bloodseeker and Rubik, who really need their mana to cast these key spells, having the mana drain would have been nice, but now all he has is more chain stun that, realistically speaking, they don't really find kills with down here. Bloodseeker's just too strong. So, Liquid doing pretty well in their lanes here.
Is it almost better in some situations to actually just, instead of getting a full-on kill, have you know, the enemy team sitting very low, so that way Mickey gets that little bit of a boost?
You can make a case for that, absolutely.
FNG.
Oh, FNG. Oh, they missed the roll.
Yeah,
he has Mango. He's fine. He can Mango and jump.
There's out the kiss, but he does end up wasting that salve, unfortunately.
He actually salved instead of Mango swashbuckling and then salving. He took the risk about whether he would outrange or not. Interesting. All right. I think that's a little bit of a mistake there, but yeah. 2 points in meld, as pointed out. So a lot of damage coming out from the meld strike. another.
Taiga's been a little bit off the mark today on some of those rolls. He's usually very, very on point.
It's difficult to hit these rolls. I don't think he's playing it poorly. Honestly, a lot of the time, I don't want to say it comes down to luck, because I feel like that's just a bad excuse, right? But there's a lot of situations in these laning stages where heroes' movements will be, unpredictable. Players at this level don't just stand still with their hero and attack the creeps, right? They move side to side. They sometimes step forward, etc. Oh.
Ooh, nice play here from Hanskin, jumping back as they'll follow up with the Sandstorm, follow with the Burrow Strike. I think Hanskin's still dead here, but they're putting out a decent amount of damage over onto Mickey, but it's a Bloodseeker. So he is going to be able to just heal right back up again, and he does have he's hoping maybe he can get a little more speed burst off of this. But
if there's a 5 you want first blood on, it's Rubik, right? That's got to feel Rubik. He's one of the greedier 5s. Liquid love playing this hero on Insania. He needs that gold to get mana boots so he can have way more impact in the game. But yeah, just to finish off on the top thought, you're playing Earth Spirit with TA. She sets you up literally nothing, right? She has no slow, no stun, nothing. So you need to hit these blind rolls.
There we go.
That's one.
Just like that.
Wasn't too impactful, unfortunately, but actually ends up taking probably 2 times the damage himself to that of the Morphling. He might even
turn this around. This is not looking great for Taiga.
Oh, that adaptive
down
strike
both
nerf.
of them. Oh no, but F&G eventually run down by Boxy.
That was the most pitiful adaptive strike I've ever seen.
That was a baby strike. Baby strike.
40 damage. Oh, that spell has been nerfed. That's a very good silence lift combo, and S4 will get the stun, but Insania should. Oh, he hit the Sand King.
He's just gonna. Oh, look at this. He wanted it, and he's not gonna be able to get it again. That is the second time that Hanskin has been able to run away with very little health. But Taiga, going perhaps just a bit too far, will fall in that top lane.
And I think if this, yeah, we're gonna see it here. So, oh, nice impact move. Here comes the. Let's see it. 182 health. Boop. Oh, that's a level 5 morph. I mean, he's obviously strength a decent amount into morphed into a decent amount into strength, right? So it's, yeah, definitely noticeable. The base damage of Adaptive Strike having been nerfed 30 this patch is very, very noticeable in situations like that. Even with the old Adaptive, I think Taiga still lives there, but it would have been close. But yeah, unfortunately, bottom there for Liquid, that was just a missed opportunity. I think Insania meant to click his attack on the Lion, but hit the Sand King by mistake, and as a result, Taiga gets, or Hanskin does get away.
He's been living very close to the edge down in this lane multiple times now. But luckily, when you have this sort of disable coming out from a Sand King and from a Lion, helps out quite a bit.
And we're seeing in action what Kyle was talking about. The Viper is actually beating Razor in lane. And historically speaking, this lane has had different variations. There's been times when Razor would flat out totally stomp it. Then there's been versions where Razor would win it slightly. And now we might be at a point, especially with this side camp farming meta and with just overall the way Vipers have adapted to the situation, where Viper might just win this lane hands down. Just push out the wave with Nether Toxin, go farm small camp, and never really give Razor the opportunity to kill. As Viper will find one here.
Yeah, if he's just walking his Lion, you know. Sometimes, sometimes you got to do that. But yeah, I mean, another thing too, we've talked a lot about Limp's Viper in the past, and this is a guy who very much knows what he's doing. He's also just great at laning, as mentioned earlier. So definitely going to be taking advantage of the fact that there are these changes, and he is given the ability to just, move off to the side.
That's also found a really nice neutral item. I think this is potentially the best one you can find for Viper early on. The Fairy Trinket, spell damage, mana cost reduction, as well as health is just perfect. You want to push out lanes, so you benefit from all of these things, and everything just ramps up that little bit faster. I think Viper players would have that or Ocean Heart probably, and I think he found both, but sent the Ocean Heart back to base. So that kind of shows what he prioritizes there. Ocean Heart obviously great in the mid lane, so you get the value out of the river. But currently sitting on the way to S4 on his Sand King. Pretty even early game though. Liquid, all things considered, we were skeptical about the offlane TA. She's farmed, so definitely one thing checked off here. Top net worth for Boxy's offlane TA. Now what I'm curious about is how are they going to put the prioritization in their lineup now? Are they going to start giving Boxy the triangle to farm and play him like a traditional TA basically? Or is there something else in the cards here? He's hovering Blink Dagger after Treads with a maxed out Meld Strike, so really playing the Assassin part of Templar Assassin rather than the build your Temple part in the Ancients part of Templar in Assassin. Yep, that was awful.
That was great.
I know that was terrible. So he's going to be looking to, I guess, snipe the Lion and the Pango primarily in this strategy. And more than anything, the moment the TA goes in and just immediately bursts someone, that's good news for Bloodseeker, right? So there's some synergy there in how they set each other up for success.
Yeah, it's very reminiscent and sort of like, we talked about having the assassin, someone moving around, basically putting that pressure on the map. The fact that, these supports have to be very, very careful. TA also, of course, providing vision, using the traps is always a really nice thing. So I wouldn't be surprised to see her moving around a little bit and maybe trying to stay off map until she can find a sort of pickup. But with the Blink Dagger no longer being the case, maybe more traditional.
Yeah, it seems to be the case. If he wants to go... If he wants to go Dragonlance, I think he probably continues into the Deso. And there is the good news here, right? No matter what build Razor and Bloodseeker go, even if they do go some sort of hybrid or caster-like build with Yules, the Miner's Armor is still good for them. These heroes still right-click in fights. They do the damage. So I could definitely see a Deso being valuable for their strategy. But yeah, at that point, maybe you're a little bit concerned, right? I think it's something they were talking about in the panel. Who makes the plays if not Taiga, right?
Right.
They are finding a really, really good farm, and they will give the Ancient stack over here to Boxy. Found a DD rune, very convenient. Gonna get his level 9, minute 10. This is bordering on free farm mid lane levels, and he was sharing the lane for a bit with that Earth Spirit. So,
yeah, it's currently good. Top net worth on the TA, thanks to that double damage rune and some nice stacking coming out from Taiga. So Boxy's got to be feeling very, very confident. Like you said, it's interesting to see, farm priority. I thought that would, be going over to Mikkei's Bloodseeker, but perhaps it's the idea of Boxy coming online a little bit faster, especially, with the lane that he's had, and perhaps he can make more use of it now, so that way Mikkei has more breathing room later on.
One thing's for sure, if you pick TA and you don't let the hero farm, it's just bad, right? Like, it has to get gold. So it was just a matter of how is it going to use its first few thousand gold. Is it the assassin route and then you find the gold through kills, or is it the farming route? And it does seem to be the farming route now. So I don't think they're going to gimp Mikkei as such. I think they're still considering him the position 1 of the strategy, more than likely. Or maybe they're like, wow, what's better than one position 1? It's having 2 of them. What if we just have the exact same gold all game?
That math, though. Bottom lane, Viper Strike. Hanskin trying to take some of this mana away. Mikkei running, finger comes out. They have the kill.
Nicely done.
But over on the other side here, they spot FNG. The roll coming out from Taiga is not quite sure exactly the angle, but they'll make their presence known as they make some movement towards this mid tower.
Yeah, Earth Spirit is never going to be good against Pango in situations like that if you have Swashbuckle ready. Your role is extremely telegraphed. You can always just choose to Swashbuckle away. FNG actually still doesn't have another Swashbuckle because he's 1-3-1 build, but Koikva maybe identifying too late that there was a potential kill there, or at least a forced ult.
Quite a few bodies now over in this mid lane as they are trying to protect over on this tower. It's kind of interesting that they're forcing this. Obviously, this tower is very, very important.
This is a good spell steal, by the way.
Definitely.
And Sania can just be on mid-duty now if he wants. He has a better version of Nether Toxin, obviously, by having that. Even just 1 point in Arcane Supremacy is really nice. 14% spell amp, you see it there on the Nether Toxin. Does a lot of damage. They have a couple of ways of keeping heroes somewhat contained in the Toxin if they want to fight with it, too. Like Earth Spirit's done, Earth Spirit slow, TA traps. Plasma Field helping out a little bit, maybe, but it's not great by any means. Maybe Rupture.
Yeah, I mean that
synergy
works. You do have to kind of sidestep a little bit, but
yeah,
they have options, and
so
they
now
also.
He's going back for the dagger again on Boxy. So he just wanted the value of Dragonlance. Maybe felt like, okay, if I buy dagger, we're not going to find the fights anyway, so I might as well buy a farming item instead. It's a healthy mentality to have. I think buying. Sometimes you can buy items for the potential of using them. You're like, oh, I'll buy a BKB in case we're getting into a fight where I need BKB, or I can buy a dagger if fights break out. I think it's more important to buy them specifically to use them right away. Yeah,
that is our first epicenter coming out, as they'll be able to get the kill on Mikkei. Sania has grabbed himself the Burrow Strike, though. He's going to try to hide over on the side. Koifa turning around. They see Hanskin. They'll take out the Lion, and woo, that's a big ol' hit there coming out as Insania takes out FNG. That was the reveal of the Blink Dagger on the Sand King, and the first time I think that we saw the Epicenter used, but it seems like Liquid was very prepared for this.
Yeah, they rotated really quickly with TPs, and they're going to immediately turn this into thereir own push, but...
There's going to be the follow-up stun from Insania. Another burst over onto S4. Nico Baby is just getting held with that leash. Taiga trying to crawl away. He's had 5 stacks of that toxin on him, but he's just going to roll on out, and they can reset.
Yeah, not bad for Liquid here. They really want to finish off this tower. Very understandable. Sand King being dead, the primary defender of this. They know there's no Pango ult. And Alliance making the wise choice here to just be like, you know what, you guys can have it. We can't defend it anymore. And that's good stuff from Liquid. They get a couple of kills on the response and the dive on their Bloodseeker, and they immediately turn into something big. Nice Sparrow Strike here from Insania. If Taiga would have I don't know if he didn't have more stones or what it was, but I think he didn't connect the full roll. If he would have connected on Morph there and had a silence, that could have potentially even turned into a double. But yeah, this is one of the godliest spells you can have on Rubik. Burrow Strike is so damn good, and he would love to get that all game. Maybe only second to the Pangolier ults. Rolling Thunder, of course, incredible. On Rubik, it has no cast time, and you look really cool. And you should never underestimate what looking cool is like. I tried it today. It's pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah, those sunglasses were really great with the shirt.
Yeah,
it looked
really
like you were
great.
headed off to a coffee shop there to go write your novel. But Taiga running right into FNG. This was, of course, a smoke gank. So, as usual fashion here, the position 4 tanking the gank does get rolled directly into S4, and they'll get a kill.
Schofield cosplay right there from Taiga. Maybe Schofield would have got
He would have lasted a little bit longer, running around in circles, made them work for it.
They would have found a juke somehow for a little bit, but still died. But yeah, Lions get that pick. What they would ideally...
Oh, they're going to get themselves a return. Oh, they didn't finish off, though.
He felt the Melt Strike, I think. Still only 1 level in the side blades, and that's noticeable. He needs to be very, very close. A little bit of a slip up there for Boxy. But yeah, Lions find that kill, but they don't get any meaningful progress out of it. They push the bottom lane slightly, but they're not getting like a tower. They're not setting up for Roche. We are 16 minutes in, and you're against a lineup that has Bloodseeker TA, so Roche is definitely on the menu here. So Alliance, I think, would love to start playing more into the top half of the map and maybe get the mid tower, if possible. But honestly, this Radiant lineup is actually very difficult to push against, especially considering Alliance's tower hitters are more than lackluster. You need Morphling to be farmed before you have any meaningful tower damage, and he's just not there yet on Nico Baby. And it is dangerous for Morph to go and hit a tower. You can get comboed really, really quickly. You can get caught by an Earth Spirit Silence roll combination into Bloodrite Rupture and just, you know, TA with 2 attacks. Oh, nice from S4.
S4 is going to go for the Epi. They need to cancel out the TP, and they do not.
That was so perfect from S4 though. He managed to Burrow Strike the Yules from the Razor. But still, Nico Baby, couldn't he have cancelled that TP with Strength Adaptive Strike?
Yeah, it was up. The observers went and they underlined it.
Uncharacteristic. Well, they're getting the objective as it looks, at least for now.
Are they? Because they're about to roll on in here with Taiga. Bit off the mark again, but they land the silence. His Manta is completed, though. A couple of the Magnetize roll forward over onto Nico Baby. S4 a little bit short over there, perhaps, but they're still hunting now. They turn back around for Taiga. Mika is here. He's taking a lot of damage, though. So they take down S4 over on the other side. Taiga gets clicked down by Limp. And the rest of Alliance looks like they just want to walk away.
Yeah, it looks like Nico is going to be completely fine and get out of that situation. They didn't have enough to chain with it. TA didn't manage to really connect on the Earth Spirit opener. And yeah, he gets ruptured, but then he was like, hey, I'm Morphling, so I'm just going to hit you. And Bloodseeker was like, oh shit, you're Morphling, so I'm not winning this fist fight yet with the items that I have unless I'm far ahead in the fight. And Nico Baby's rupture just ran out, and then he waveformed away. So very easy for him to survive that situation. Boxy is still not going Deso. He's actually going BKB next. All right. I'm a little bit concerned with this offlane TA's damage output. You need to consider a little bit of a Viper Strike trade-off here. Insania, I'm afraid,
I don't think he's going to hold on to that. No, indeed, as they'll follow up over on Razor. Koifa. It's going to be the Yules. So try to buy some more. Oh, the finger coming in will just ensure that they finish off Koifa, and they found themselves Taiga as well. The roll forward right into an enemy, and that's a double kill now for Limp.
And a tower.
And a tower.
And maybe an opening for Roche. You have 30 seconds on the Razor. You have decent position here. Pango can help out a little bit on Roche. Does he have any points in Lucky Shot? I think he has 1, so that's at least that minus armor. The value point for Roche, the 4 armor reduction is decent, but it's only 2-second duration, so kind of hard to keep it up, I suppose. But they're not going to go for it, it looks like. Alliance are just chilling, playing the area. Happy to get the tower and a couple of kills. But yeah, here's my concern with TA, just to finish that off. You've put 10,000 net worth on this hero. She does not have a damage item. I'm worried that you don't get enough bang for your buck by going this build. Like, usually mid TAs, when they go this kind of Dragonlance into BKB build, it's usually not with a Blink Dagger as part of the build, because then you're just delaying your damage. So usually you would see like Dragonlance BKB Deso, or Dragonlance BKB MKB, or Daedalus, whatever is better for the game. But when you're doing the dagger as a bridging item, or whatever you want to call it, he's just not hitting that hard for 11,000 gold right now. And when he finishes the BKB, I'm a bit worried he's just going to get Viper Struck, and then they're like, whatever, you know?
Yeah.
Kill the other heroes. So I can't say I'm sold on the idea of this build right now, especially with Liquid not taking more initiative to find the kills after he got the blink. They made like 1 attempt that failed, and then they've kind of just been chilling. I think it's very telling what his next item is for the game plan. He's going to go Shadow Blade.
This is an interesting build. I don't think this is what either of us were expecting to be seeing.
He switched it to Chrysalis.
Okay, well, there's your damage.
He switched it to Force Staff.
There's not your damage. I'm waiting for the next one.
Yeah, I'm waiting for him. He's had 3 ideas in 10 seconds, which is good. It shows cognitive function, but
it's experimental, it seems. I think even, you know, it'd be interesting, depending on who ends up winning the series, obviously, to ask Liquid and just say, you know, was the TA, was this planned, or was this like, you know, fly by your seats? And Boxy said, yeah, I can do it. I can do it. Give me the TA, and we'll figure it out. He's clearly
experienced. Like, he plays this hero. I know Boxy plays TA, but
in the off-lane position within the team is what I mean.
Off-lane and an official, it's a little bit of a different step.
It's quite different.
But he's clearly at home on the hero and has a good understanding of the farming patterns and side blades.
They scan. They know.
Yeah. This is a very, very big moment.
They're smoked up around the sides. Throw forward, strike immediately over onto Mickey. They use the epicenter. BKB comes out from Koifa. It's an awkward position now for both teams, trying to find this opening. Limp coming forward, they smoked up. Trying to apply some of this toxic over here. Again, over onto Mickey. The jump forward from Boxy, though. With that BKB gets popped here from Limp. Finger comes out, though. Mickey is dead. Not going to be available as Hanskin clicks down. Boxy still alive. Melt Strike coming through. This is looking like a dead Boxy. Limp, though, clicking away on everyone. Koifa is next to fall. Nico Baby gets a kill, and Taiga is forced to run away. So this leaves a nice opening here for the side of Team Alliance to take this Roche.
Yeah. There's just a lot of things from Liquid that don't connect there. Bloodseeker gets 0 damage off. Earth Spirit misses his roll. And if these spells don't connect, you're just not winning these fights. Especially the one guy who's consistently hitting in that fight, guess who? It's the guy we've been talking about the whole game. It's the TA with the BKB. He was almost fighting the entire time, and he still did less damage than the Morph. You're going to see it here. So they get this immediate stun onto Mickey and just blast him. Boxy is free to hit here with Meld Strikes, with attacks non-stop, but he's Viper Struck first. He has to melt here. He's dying if he tries to TP out, so swapping over and using Refraction here is good, but it's just... It's kind of pitiful compared to having a damage build, but the downside is if he had that, he would just have been locked down the whole fight, right? Limp finding another one here with the help of Hanskin. And yeah, Alliance are just starting to build a very convincing lead here. I was going to point out, S4 is actually very poor this game. I don't want to say they necessarily sacrificed him, but his net worth compared to the other cores is very far down. I looked at him, I was like, wow, he has Ring of Health, Blink, minute 20?
The Blink team, I thought, in pretty decent amount of timing.
Yeah, it was okay. He just hasn't really got much after that. And that's okay. Like, it's not like the farm is going to waste. They're getting key items on other heroes, and he's performing his function. But I was a little bit concerned for him when I saw that. But the Euls is almost there now, so that's going to help a great deal. And most importantly, Nico Baby as well as Limp are thriving. And they're going to start taking more control of the map. Now, Alliance, they feel this advantage. They have the Aegis on the Morphlings. They're starting to invade and take the enemy triangle. And Liquid now, seeing how far away they are from a BKB on the Bloodseeker, who went both Maelstrom and Echo Saber, also find that a little bit questionable in this game. Their itemization and build-ups is just so slow that I'm a little bit worried that if they try to wait and farm this BKB on Mickey, they're just going to get punished even more around the map, so they might have to fight with what they've got.
Mickey's being hunted right now. F&G with the Rolling Thunder will connect over onto Mickey, as is the Burrow Strike, and even use the Epicenter to boot, and that's a very dead Mickey, and that's going to open the doors here for Alliance to start hitting that base.
And in the meantime, Liquid were trying to make their own move. They got a ward out, but they didn't really find anything meaningful here.
They're going in a bit far here. Found themselves the Rubik, switching back and forth between. Nico Baby needs to be a bit careful. He's feeling pretty strong right now, but he's going pretty far as Taiga is being just busy over on the side getting hunted, but he'll find a kill on Insania. Leash is on here from Koifa. Nico turning around, Aptive out. Still being slowed here by this plasma field. He's taking so much of the damage currently, but F&G, he's here. Going to help follow up. Taiga the roll forward. Boxy having to use the BKB to teleport away, but Alliance, they still haven't lost anyone yet, as Koifa probably going to be able to find this kill on F&G. He doesn't quite have any mana. He's going to try to get the neutral creeps, and he does.
What? He actually got the deny to that camp? Wow. I can't believe it.
He doesn't seem surprised at all. As S4, though, the silence coming out might end up falling here, as he is also ruptured. So Mickey will finally get himself his revenge.
Couple kills for Liquid here, overall.
Look at this.
At F&G, they got Hanskin earlier, and they obviously... So the proc from Razor's ult comes in right before. And oh, I guess, okay, so he has been hit by the Razor ult multiple times beforehand, so he has a lot of minus armor. That's why they can't kill him,
okay.
right? I was like, he should not be taking this much damage from these creeps, but yeah, of course, with that negative armor, that'll do it.
Is it the enemy of my enemy is my friend sort of deal? So. You know, those creeps, they really haven't been enjoying.
Yeah.
Okay, Koifa's stuck in the middle of quite a few here. But they do manage to wipe off Hanskin. Now Boxy, the clicks are on, the Viper Strike is out. They're disarmed, the Rolling Thunder from FNG will interrupt, and they get themselves another kill.
I think he had BKB TP the whole time there. I think Boxy could have just gone out if he wanted to. There's no interrupts yet. There's no Basher, there's no BKB piercing spells at all. So, except Viper Strike, that isn't going to kill you, and it was already used, I think. Yeah, that's a big death. That felt avoidable to me. That's a very long-range Lion stun. I think if you're Alliance, you take that. Like, cool, we got a TA kill. They know this is potentially the richest hero, which it is, but they obviously don't see the numbers. But the richest hero on the Liquid team, and they just grab that and get out. Well, not even get out, they just move on.
Yep.
Koifa going for Blink Dagger.
I feel like you've got a lot of question marks on Liquid's choices recently in this particular game. Is it just they're not playing tempo enough? Are you not happy that...
I think a lot of it kind of stems from what Kyle was talking about on the panel. The way their strategy works, there's no like inherently clear, obvious synergy between how their heroes combine. So it becomes very individualistic. So the heroes are buying the items that are good for them, but not really what's good for each other in the same sense. And the problem is, I'm trying to identify which items make them play well for each other, and the only one I've really come up with so far is the TA Deso, and they haven't bought that one. Mickey now having the BKB will start being able to have more of an impact in fights. He's been very quiet this game. They found Insania.
Yes, they have
nice
the Burrow Strike, found the Lion Finger, and they'll take out Insania. He's going to buy back immediately. So they're silenced over on the back end. Taiga to fall. FNG is not looking healthy either. Boxy, though, with the BKB TP out. He's going to try to leave Koifa here. It's not looking like he's going to be so lucky. It's a double kill for Nico, baby.
Nice and easy stun there for S4. He finds the Rubik. He's patient. Waits until someone tries to help the Rubik, gets the double stun, and they get the double kill plus a buyback out from Rubik's. Actually, 3 kills here. And this should be a tower, so we'll limp with that absolutely terrifying tower push that Viper does eventually get. We'll take that tower by almost by himself very fast. I think Nico was lending a hand for a little bit. But they might just go high ground here. They still have the... Wait, do they? They don't have the Aegis anymore. But I don't know if they need it.
I don't think so either.
Safe as Nico Baby here. I think it's very, very difficult for them to burst him. He knows he has the backup of a Blinkstun Sand King, a Blinkstun Lion, and of course Viper Strike. They even have the Pike on Limp that can save him too if he turns around. So, but they are eventually going to chill here for a bit, push out the waves, wait for Pango to potentially connect over again.
They have the vision on S4, immediately Burrow striking away. The rest of Alliance getting into the position. Mana drain here over on Rubik. Silence, Lincoln's pop. Boxy, all right, he gets himself a quick pick. There's gonna be that rupture coming in. BKB over on Mickey. Nico Baby trying to fight through here. It's gonna just move over, strength shift over. And now Mickey having to back off. They're still chasing after Nico Baby. They have 3 people over at him. He's gonna still be surviving a little bit longer, but eventually he will fall to Koifa. Limp having to TP. They have the vision, though. He's not going anywhere, but probably his grave, as there are just too many heroes rolling around on top of him, and Taiga will end the kill streak.
Speaking of rolling, someone wasn't there who could have been rolling.
This is where T says you're supposed to tip him for not being in the fight.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah, T-Gon is a great guy. He really knows what's up. Yeah, they're missing their Pango. Lion got 0 damage out. He got stunned and burst down, so that's nice, of course, from Liquid. But yeah, Pango not being part of that fight whatsoever and never connecting, definitely a big problem there for Alliance. So you're going to see this fight break out here. Look, Pango's showing bottom, and in the meantime, they're sitting in this aggressive position. And yeah, he just can't get there in time. They spread too thin.
We have another fight breaking out here, and Koifa will just happily take a kill.
Okay.
G-Fonce. Surprised he was just hanging around that area.
S4 walking onto a trap here.
It's got had the Lotus on him, but no longer going to have this available. The Silence Burrow strike up to the high ground. Do they follow Sandstorm? Trying to buy a bit more time. But it looks like Alliance are just going to back off. They don't want to have to deal with Liquid right now. Not when they have so many people still down.
No. And Boxy's going to take advantage of this to farm the triangle and, of course, find a couple of neutral items here. Getting the Ancient Camp. Clog of Flames. Decent item on the Earth Spirit, I think. And then maybe the Paladin Sword could go on Bloodseeker, I think. Should be pretty nifty for him. He's going to take the Titan Sliver for now, though, so maybe it's just going to end up on good old Razor. Let's go an Elven Tunic. Well, we have so many items nowadays. What are you going to pick?
I know you can really take your time, especially if you're in the position when you're like, no, I don't want that one. I'm waiting for a better one. You there, support, hand that over. The support's like, please, I have nothing. Yes, give me your Philo Stone too while you're at it.
Yeah, that's the worst one. That's when you're playing with core, some sort of core int hero, and they want the Philosopher's Stone, right? Oh, man.
Lions considering making a move onto the high ground, although they know that Boxy's down here below S4, finding the opening and try to blow up Boxy, and they'll be able to do that. As Alliance starts moving their muscle into the Radiant area.
Big kill. This is just such a crucial part of why Sand King is rated so high right now. It's just like that insane reach on the opener, and a lot of the cores that are being played have very good burst damage in Sand King stun or like some long-range follow-up. See there, they immediately bring in the Morphling as well as the Finger of Death, which, I mean, that's not really a core, but they killed a Refracted TA fully.
Yes.
In a stun lock there with his teammates around. Wondering if he was, I guess he got caught facing the wrong way. I think Alliance could have maybe, or Liquid could have maybe saved him rather.
Who's getting the shard?
Are they getting two more?
Yep, he's gonna go for that.
Adaptive Strike multi-shot, increases stun duration by 1 second. It's pretty good. We're near that farmed. It was probably, I think Viper already has his, right? So you can't give it to him. He obviously bought that one, that's why he was pushing earlier. So yeah, I think the Morph one's solid. And up the high ground we go. 20 seconds on TA. This fight is nigh impossible for Liquid, honestly. They don't have enough damage. They can't kill Razor without TA. And he has Aegis, so this is just an easy lane of barracks for Alliance. You're seeing Mickey is not even.
He's not even there, yeah.
He's at the triangle. This might look like grief, but I don't think there's a better play on the map than just taking that gold. You're not winning this fight. You're not taking it. You could argue, okay, maybe if you try to poke with some Blood Right, with some kicks from Earth Spirit, this Morphling just wouldn't care. It's way too much in the tank. We saw highlighted before, by the way, the Morphling level 20 talent. Very powerful. It looked like in the past, a lot of the time, Morphlings would take this waveform, attacks targets, but in this patch, 20 strength and 15 agility has been really popular. You get so much value out of just having all these additional stats on a hero that wants to swap between them anyway. Just have the... It's just such a huge boost. 20 strength. What a great talent.
It's a sizable amount for sure.
Yep.
Does that Lotus Orb look off to you? Well, Pop Lincoln's gonna try to make some moves. The follow-up from S4, finding his opening over to Koi for the roll-in, though, coming out from Taiga. Seals comes out. BKB's fingers been used as well. They haven't been able to quite finish off Taiga. They'll take down S4. Koifa chasing after Hanskin now. Just chasing Silence. Limp popping the BKB man, fighting here with Mickey. This is not looking like Limp is going to be able to win this fight, though. Mickey's super fast now. He's a race car. Insania rolling around. We've got Pangos everywhere, just left and right, and they'll find the kill on FNG. This is looking pretty sketchy now for Nico Baby. He's got the waveform. He's going to try to dance around. They take down Hanskin. Taiga rolling away. Do still have the Aegis. We have a Satanic over here on Nico Baby. Taiga rolling on through right into the arms of Nico Baby. Bad luck, my friend. Nico's got himself a double kill. And now Boxy was hoping that he could find him. Does Nico go back in? He turns himself into his own TA here. He's got S4 nearby.
Great heads-up play from Nico Baby there, actually making sure to morph up to enough percentage health that he can meld and not be visible to the Bloodseeker. Nicely done.
Jump forward over onto Boxy. They've got the dust from Taiga, but that Silence hurts a lot. Do they have any vision, though? They'll follow up, dropping the blood right, jumping back over onto S4. They've got so much damage, he's going to get another Burrow Strike off. And Mickey, he's just taking too much here from Nico Baby. He will fall. Boxy's just taking a bath over here in the Sandstorm. He's going to try to get over to the side. They have the stun. They'll follow up with some more of that, and they're just going to wait patiently, it seems. S4 would like this kill. Boxy, again, just melding, trying to just stay alive. It looks like Alliance, they've had enough of this game. They're just going to go right back into the base, start hitting all of the buildings. And they still have not managed to pop this Aegis, not yet.
S4 ready to stun now.
So now they can turn back around. There's quite a few people here. They need to be careful, though FNG is nearby. Gets silenced by the stone. But look at this Alliance. They're forced to run away. They don't even have the full power here just yet. Nico Baby chasing down Koifa, gets the kill. And he is down for 110 seconds. Mickey's still down for 40-something. I don't know how they slay him.
Yeah, defending this looks almost impossible at this point. Like, you have to try some sort of cute combination with lift into Fountain here. But he is Lotus Orbed, so not a possibility. Gonna steal Shield Crash. He doesn't get the Pango that he was looking for.
Eyes are on the
there.
prize. GG is